And look, I have a guest with me. We don't see her very often, but she's doing a guest appearance today. Anyway, we're getting close to Christmas, and I think me and Bella are definitely in the Christmas mode. What do you think? Yeah. And you have to see our earrings, because last weekend we went to the fair, and these are handmade. So mine are gingerbreads, and Bella's are saffron buns, for the ones who doesn't know what a saffron bun is. It's a Swedish goodie. So what are we making today?
Today we are making a Pesto Christmas Tree.
Yeah, out of puff pastry. That was a hard word to say. This is a great one to have on the Christmas dinner, or if you're having a party. This is a really fun one, and we're gonna make it vegan and gluten-free. So yeah, we're gonna really put in both of them. So what you need for this, you need puff pastry, and you can make your own, or you can buy a store-bought, which we actually did because we needed to be gluten-free. You need pesto, and here's our pesto. It's a kale pesto and it's actually the recipe is on my website, and I will put the link in the description, of course. We need a cookie sheet, we need a sharp knife, a spatula, and a cookie cutter, like a star, unless you're really, really good at cutting by hand, right? Okay. Okay, so this is super easy, and Bella's actually going to show how to do it. So let's get going.
Okay, so we're going to start with just one of our puff pastries. Maybe we forgot to mention, but you are going to need 2 puff pastries, because you're going to need one on the bottom and one on the top when your pesto's in the middle. So you're going to start with your first puff pastry, and you're going to layer as much pesto as you want. Maybe too much might like overfill a little bit, so maybe just add like a decent amount, but if you don't like pesto that much, you can add a very little amount.
You can also make this sweet, right? By adding...
Yes, if you'd like to add chocolate or, I mean, literally anything. I thought it would be really fun if you did chocolate and bananas. That would probably be really good. Take some of our pesto and just evenly distribute it throughout the whole thing.
Smells good.
Yeah. And make sure you get pretty far up those edges too. Now we aren't going to be using most of these edges except for in the star, so you don't need to get as much on the edges, but still try to go to as close as you can. So now I put an even amount of pesto kind of all about. Now I'm going to take my second puff pastry. Ours is a little cracked. It's okay if yours is too. Ours is cracked because it's gluten-free, which fortunately with gluten-free stuff tends to dry out a little more or be cracked, so kind of something you gotta deal with, but it's okay. We're gonna take this very carefully without breaking it even more.
Okay, if it breaks when you put it on, it's okay.
So we are going to add this on top of the one that we already have. So we needed to use 2 people for this because it was definitely hard putting on with one, so maybe I'd recommend having 2, but you could definitely do it with one as well. We also discovered that one of the puff pastries was smaller than the other. Don't really know how that happened, but you can see that with the little extra piece of puff pastry, we filled in the little holes and stuff like that, which after you bake it, you won't even notice, so it doesn't matter the beautifulness of it before you bake it.
Well, and you know, perfection is overrated. All right. Here comes the function.
So we're gonna first cut out our stems. We're gonna do 2 lines. I'm gonna make mine here and here. And then after you've done that, you're going to make a straight line out to cut off these edges of your puff pastry. You should have something like this, and you're just gonna put that to the side because we are still going to use that. We're gonna do it to the other side.
Bravo, you have some excellent cutting skills. And you can also make something out of those. Don't throw any food away.
Now we are going to cut the lines that shape our Christmas tree. So I'm just gonna make a kind of visual mark for myself of where the middle is so that I know where to cut straight out. this is the piece we're probably going to make the star out of, so I would definitely make sure that you save this in as intact as you possibly can. Now we're going to do the same thing to this side that we did to this side. Beautiful. Now we're going to cut diagonal up and just do like decent sized pieces, I would say.
Because you're gonna make the branches.
Yes.
Ooh. I wish you guys could be here. It smells really good.
Yes, definitely pesto smells amazing. Now we're going to do the same thing we did to this side. So next, you are going to start twisting your branches. And again, this might crumble a bit if you have gluten-free dough. If you don't, then it probably won't do this. But again, it doesn't matter because it's literally just gonna go in the oven and that's where it will all solidify or whatever
And
you
if
like to call it.
Yeah, and if a branch detached, just reattach it. It's dough.
So we're just gonna do this to every single branch. Make sure you even get those small ones because those are the best ones.
So Bella, what do you think of our green Christmas?
Yeah, all the snow melted a couple days ago because it got very warm. Well, very warm. I'm talking about like maybe 40 degrees Fahrenheit, if I'm doing the math correctly. I use Celsius. And then it started raining.
Yeah.
So all the snow, the only snow we have left is the ones on the side of the road that is very black and not so fresh.
So what are we hoping for?
We're hoping for snow. It says it's gonna snow Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so we're hoping that means a white Christmas, but
It's not the first Christmas here. We should have white Christmas.
nothing's guaranteed.
Global warming and all. Oh.
Okay, so now we've twisted everything. And now we're gonna do the star, which is the most important part. So we're gonna come back over to the dough that we have over here, the scraps. We're gonna choose which one would fit the star the best. I think that this one's probably gonna do the star the best. I'm gonna do a little jigsaw puzzle so that I can try to fit the whole star in this piece. I'm gonna cut out.
We could make a couple of more stars that we can also bake on the side.
Yes. And if you don't have cookie cutters, don't worry, you can freehand this. I just have cookie cutters and I think it will, my art skills will be better like this.
And since it's a little cut, you can always use the back side for the front. Oh, beautiful.
Take this star and we are going to attach it to the top of our tree.
Yay!
And now we have our Christmas tree and now we're ready to bake it. So now you are going to transfer it onto your baking sheet and, no, that's not a baking sheet.
Yeah, that's a cookie sheet.
Cookie. So next you are going to transfer it onto your cookie sheets and you're going to set your oven for either 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
And bake it until it's golden crispy.
Yes.
And then
or to the texture that you desire.
Yay! Good job. Pesto Christmas tree is out of the oven. It's beautiful. It's crispy, and we're just gonna let it cool off. And for the remaining of the dough that we had left, make more stars that we can decorate with.